What's the overriding emotion, Justin?
Really proud of the group. Asked for it. From the start of the week, I felt like we reset after the Brisbane game. We didn't catastrophise it. We looked into it and what wasn't us. And we got back on the horse pretty quick, straightened up with some pretty simple focuses, and I felt like there was that sort of performance coming all week from the attitude of the players. And I think one of our strengths against the better sides this year is to be able to withhold and stand up under when the opposition's got momentum, and we're able to do that in that first quarter. We're able to make something of limited opportunities, which sort of kept the scoreboard in check. And then once we adjusted a few things and got the game on our terms, I thought played some really strong footy. So really proud of the attitude of the players. They lent in on process and system, and got the result.
Justin, do you think last year's similar scenario in the last round had any impact today? Did you learn anything from that?
I look at facts about last year, and things when time goes by, we lose a little bit of that. And what last year's become is we rolled over and folded as a footy club, and that's not what I remember of it. What I remember is we lost some key players, and we fought right to the end last year. Yep, we didn't get the win in the last 3 games like we would have liked, but there's a kick or 2 kicks in some of those. And if we had Alex Pearce, Josh Tracy, and Sean Darcy, maybe that looks a little bit different. So we don't make a lot of last year in terms of we see it a little bit differently internally to what the media wants to write up.
How close was that second quarter to your best footy?
Very close, yeah. I thought there wasn't much we didn't get right in terms of the phases of the game. I thought we were really strong in the contest. We were able to pressure the Dogs really well. When we didn't score going forward, we were able to defend our front half really well and get re-entries. It was as close to as good as we played. And to be honest, it looked very similar to the second quarter against them earlier in the year.
Is that the style of footy you hope to, is that the brand of footy you want to repeat during finals, or do you want to go sometimes slower like you have in other games? Like it's back and forth sort of with the way you play at different times?
What I saw in the second quarter was strong front half footy where we won the ball back, gave ourselves opportunities between the arcs to go back at Western Bulldogs, and that's the way we want to play all the time. Different teams have different strengths and give you different looks in different areas, and we want to be a team that's able to capitalise on whatever the oppo gives us. But we had a plan tonight, and probably second and third quarter it came off, and got a bit sloppy in the last quarter. But they were throwing caution to the wind and probably didn't handle that. But that's a pretty solid brand of footy.
Can you take us inside the planning with Hayden Young this week, 65% game time? Was that what you drew up pre-game?
Around about, we probably don't look at percentage of game time. It's probably more minutes. So it probably sounds about right, 80 minutes we had planned, which is really doable in terms of with 75 rotations. One of the mids always has a little bit less game time, so we put him into that slot. Tried to lower game time, higher impact, use his energy in the right ways, and give him try not to leave him on the ground too long to get him cooked, get him off, refresh, go again type attitude. And you can only do that when someone works their ass off or backside off in rehab, works on their game and gets himself up to a level, and which he's done. It must be so disappointing for him this year. He's been in and out 3 or 4 times now, and he's shown a little bit of disappointment after the injury, but then he's just got to work and gotten fitter, and every time we've seen him come back into the side, he's had an impact, and that's a credit to his attitude, not the way we've used him.
What did you make of Murphy Reed's game?
I thought he would have loved to have seen him maybe slot one of those 2 shots in the last quarter. I thought him, Freddie and Switter all had impact, especially as the game went on, and we were able to really pressure the Dogs in the contest and then look to get them goal side. And those players, your high half forwards, come into play when you get those looks and you show the composure and trust yourself off those turnovers. And I thought they all had an impact as the game went on. All really important players to us. And he just keeps on stepping up to the mark. He's like I've been saying all year, he's a student of the game. He likes learning from each game, and he's pretty good at putting that into practice. He doesn't shirk any of the moments. He goes searching for him, in fact. So I thought he was a solid contributor.
Any concern with Sam Swikowski?
No, I think it might be just a knee-on-knee contact,
Okay.
and possibly if we needed him to come back on, he would have come back on.
Well,
Wagner as well.
Yeah, at this stage, it looks like he might have given a little tear to his pec, so not ideal. But the severity of it, we'll work through it and see what his availability is.
You couldn't play with a torn pec, would you?
Not a medico, so I haven't had a medical update, but I wouldn't think so. So it might cost him a few weeks.
How's he taken it?
Oh, disappointed. Like all players are. He's just such a great team man, though. He didn't let it take any shine off. Didn't show it after the game. Didn't let it take any shine off the performance. And that's what we love about him. Plays multiple roles, puts the team first. So it's disappointing for him.
Did you have a view of the Caleb Sarong free kick on Croft?
You know what? He mentioned it to me not long ago, and I haven't seen it. Didn't notice it. From what I understand, Croft got up and took the kick, so can't have been much in it.
What did he say to you?
He said, "Do you think there's anything in it?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "That bump on Croft." And I said, "Oh, I haven't seen it." That's the exact conversation.
How important were your tolls tonight, Tracy and Pearce at the back?
Oh, yeah, you mentioned two of them. They're all pretty solid. Yeah. I thought they all had some real key moments in the game. I thought Coxie was probably the pick of the bunch in terms of... I thought he was one player that jumped into the game the way we wanted to jump into the game. He was clean, decisive, really strong in the contest early when we were probably a little bit fumbly and second-guessing ourselves, and he was really, really strong. Pearcey had a job on Darcy most of the night and held him goalless, which I couldn't imagine has happened too much this year. So, those two were super. And, the three tools for the ball, and probably had four there with Jacko, just building a really strong chemistry with each other. And, if one doesn't get you, the other will. And I think they all had a bit of a lick of the ice cream tonight, which was good to see.
Justin, you're in the finals now. You know that, and we know that it's been an incredibly close season, one down to 8. How confident are you entering the season that this is really open race and that you could do some real damage?
Yeah, well, I think the thing that holds us in really good stead and thing that gave us really good confidence coming into this game was our record against the top 9 sides and the better sides has been better than probably our record against the teams lower than us. So. We seem to play our best footy against the better teams, as you saw for periods of the game tonight. So, I think we've had 7 wins against the top 9 sides now. Players who get a lot of belief and confidence out of that. Contested game seems to suit us. So, I'm looking forward to it.
How did Luke Jackson end of the week? Justin, just take us inside. Obviously, came to Victoria, trained away from the group, and performed.
One of our, in case you didn't realise, a couple of our coaches came over. Made a bit of news. They trained him up. Did a solo session with one of our coaches on Wednesday, and then Friday he had Sam Naismith over to do some work with him as well. So, like I've said all along, personal circumstances outweigh the team at certain times, and that was one of those situations. And what you've got to try and do is best prepare Jacko to perform on the weekend, and thought he held up his end of the bargain tonight. He got around the group on Friday. Sat in all our meetings, captain's run. So he was right to go, and I think he played pretty well considering what he's been through.
Listen, back in 2022 when you made it, you were a young team on the rise, and sort of like the final drought had been broken, and it felt like everyone was happy to be there and hoped they could go well. Does it feel different this time in terms of what this group feels like they can achieve?
I haven't really got to that stage yet about looking forward to the finals. We just, like we've been saying all year, we just stay in the process, move on. We mentioned Fifey's career is still alive, but it's about celebrating the win now and enjoying the win. Like I said before, our best footy has been against the best side, so we should be full of belief and understand that we can beat anyone, but we haven't got to that stage yet. We just enjoy this win for what it is. Come in, review it, set up what the next couple of weeks looks like leading into our first final at home, which would be great for our fans, and then give it our best shot.
How happy are you in that 5 that you get to play a final for the first time in 10 years?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I didn't want to get too heavy on the celebrations last week, win or lose against Brisbane, because I was strong belief that we'd be back at home for another game, and that's come to fruition. So he's got at least one more. Let's see if we can make it 4 more.
The management of Fife, he subbed into the game at 3/4 time, then he spent a significant portion of the back half of that last quarter on the bench. If he was to be subbed in first quarter, second quarter, how confident are you that he'd be able to run out a game?
Real confident. Yep, done a power of work behind the scenes. There was probably more matchups late in the game. We needed to try and stop Bont. He was, in case you didn't realise, he was getting off the chain a little bit in that last quarter. So, when you go to a run with inside, it sort of chops out some of the midfield time. So we just left him on the bench in that sense, and then trying to work out how to get him into the game with Wags going off, and we had to wait for that to get assessed. So it was a little bit. We would have probably liked to get him on maybe a little bit earlier, but he's so selfless. Keeps telling me there's no rush when the game's gone the way we want it to be going, and he's just happy to be playing his part and his role for the team.
So just confirming, Switkowski, he should be fine?
Yeah, he should be fine. Yeah, thank you. Good on you guys.